equity firms are one of the biggest drivers of ERP and technology transformation for their portfolio companies. Any ERP implementation or any improvement in operation brings an immediate improvement in EBIT, and that is crucial for a private equity firm. But here is the thing, most private equity firms don't just invest only with equity, they often use debt as well. And with the exceptional growth of private credit, it has become even more important for a private equity firms to clearly see how their portfolio companies are performing and whether their credit governance are being observed. So in this video, I am going to explain what credit covenants are and how lenders, including private equity firms, use them to evaluate risk. So we'll also look at how SAP S/4HANA Public Cloud, with its capabilities like balance validation and situation analysis, can support covenant observation and reporting. So don't worry, I'll explain everything in simple terms with real examples so it's easy to understand. Let's start with the covenants. Covenants are basically rules or conditions that lenders set when they give a loan to company. These rules help lenders monitor whether the company is still financially healthy. Think of them as early warning signs. Some common covenants include maintaining a minimum debt to equity ratio, keeping sales or revenue above a certain level, maintaining a strong interest coverage ratio, and submitting financial statements on time. If the company breaks any of these rules, it's called covenant breach, and that's when the lenders may step in and take action. Before even we check if a covenant is breached, there is an important step called balance validation. Balance validation means verifying the company's numbers. Are they financially balanced correct? Are they consistent with account policies? Do they match the source data? So if the numbers are wrong, everything that follows, include the covenant calculation, becomes incorrect. So balance validation is like making sure the foundation is strong before you analyze anything. Once the balances are validated, we move to situation analysis. Here, we look at the overall financial health of the company. How is the revenue trending? What's happening with the cash flow? Is profitability improving or declining? How is the debt level changing? So the goal is to understand whether the company is stable, risky, or heading into trouble. So this helps lender make decision clearly and avoid surprises. Now that we understand the basics of governance, balance validation, and situation analysis, let's look at a few real examples. And for this part, I will hand it over to my colleague Gaurav, who will walk us through two common governance scenarios.
Hello everyone. Today we are discussing about the balance validations rule. So before we even check if the covenant is breached, there's a step called balance validation. This is simply means verifying the company's numbers, such as are the financial balances are correct? Are they consistent with accounting policies? Do they match with source data? Such things we need to validate in the balance validations. If the numbers are wrong, everything include the covenant in calculations become incorrect. So balance validation is like make sure the foundation is strong before you start anything analyzing. For that, we are going to the public cloud to check this rule how to apply. For that, the application name is balance validation rules and the rules group. In these applications, we are creating one rule and you can real name or description anything. For that we have created one example for you to show you how the balance validation works. So in this group we have mentioned about the profit and loss summaries, balance sheets, asset such as financials data to check each other how the balance validation can be help us to bring the all calculations right. For that we have taken P&L and balance sheet formulas to assign within these rules. In this profit and loss balance, we can see the one rule we have set up, which shows how this balance validation can give us exact data which we are required for. By these, you can make any rule upon your requirement for your company or financial institute. Well, I'm presenting situation analysis after the balance validation by Sarla. So how this situation analysis can help any financial or institution or bank to check their health of the company. Let's take example of the one scenario. It says revenue trading, or what's happening with the cash flow. Is profitability improving or declining? How is the debt level changing? So let's take one example of profitability improving or declining. So let's take this example into the public cloud to create one situation. For that, we create one situation based on profitability. We are taking object based and CDS views for structure type. Let's create one. So scenario type is our inventory based on profitability. Context ID, we can choose inventory, which is pre-template by SAP. Scenario name is inventory profitability. Anchor ID, which type of anchor ID we needed. So let's say bank wants message to supplier or receiver or sender, any type of structure ID based on message. And key field will be what type of message we ask for. So we take basic message type. Once you create the situation in the public cloud, the SAP will create automatic instance keys, and based on instance keys we can create how we are looking for layout of the situation. This is optional. This is you can create or you can leave it for the default. By these, you can create one CDS view by the one situation, and this will trigger to the financial health CDS view. I hope. Thank you very much.
So, just to recap, covenants are rules that protect lenders and track financial health. Balance validation ensures the numbers are accurate. Situation analysis gives a full picture of company's risk. And even a small changes like a drop in sales or increase in debt can have a big impact. If you would like help improving your financial process, strengthening your SAP landscape, or exploring covenant monitoring and end-to-end financial digitalization, the team at Arecord is here to support you with the right strategy and solution. Just reach out. We would be glad to partner with you on your journey.